Hello, my little bricklings, and we have a goddamn Gundam! That's right, today we're looking at set number 70676, Lloyd's mech. This set, I don't know when it came out. My mum got it for me, actually, over the Christmas. I know it came from Smith's for about 50 quid, but I don't know when the set originally retailed. Stands about just over a foot. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minifigures. And I think I'm going to get the mech out of the way first. You're going to have to forgive me for the shitty camera work, but the only way I can do this is in hand. Because this thing is huge. So we're going to start down at the feet. So these feet, they're white with some gold. It's a nice colour scheme. Got a sticker here and here. On the side, we have an interesting use of Master Wu's hat. Lovely calves. Nice big engines. Very thick thighs, might I add. Getting some real Gundam vibes there with the thick thighs, which make no sense. I really love the sand green. Now, this set's not very prone to falling over. It's just because I'm trying to handle this with my phone in my hand, because it doesn't properly fit onto camera that well. But I'm going to try to reprop this. See, there we go. You know, I'll just do it like this. There's a bit of movement around the feet here. Just like a bit up and forth. No knee movement, which sucks. You can actually see if I lift this up how the knees were made. I do like the wheels though, implying some movement. Up here, again, really Gundam looking legs. You can actually get a fair bit of movement. All the way back. And all the way forward. As well as there is some movement out and in. That, can it stand on one leg? Kind of. You really got to balance it out. Takeovers, not really. Actually, I don't think you can. I knocked off his back. That's not good. Oh, not a very stable figure. Best to just keep him standing, I guess. Don't try to put him on legs. Do love the use of sand green. My bedroom walls are actually sand green and blue and some other colours. So yeah, I do like the arrowness, the way the torso just comes down like a triangle. Again, Gundam vibes. The back is a bit of a clusterfuck. Sides are okay. Lifting the arms out, you can see, again, just a pretty nice torso all round. I think that ninja sign there, don't know what it means. There we go, some gold coming up here. Start with this arm. This arm, obviously it has 3 fingers and a thumb. It's pretty interesting. That's where you can put a sword or any kind of, the sword, but the sword's currently in the other hand, as per the build. This arm has a little buzzsaw feature, like that, using the newer sort of saw Ninjago piece. Again, with the thick wrist, just giving me some straight up Gundam vibes. Yeah, it's pretty stable. Just going to quickly go back down to the feet because there's a few things I've got to mention. The feet are actually made pretty stably. They're not going to break on you, and they do hold the weight. But I just want to go back to center of balance. There's not many places you can get this to balance, really. You can try lean it back, but you have to be very specific. Again, just wanted to bring out, there's a lot of these shield pieces used, and it was just a very enjoyable build. Now, turning up to the torso for a second, I mean the arms, you can see, like I said, here. It has wrist movement, like so, and you can actually see under here, arms are pretty skinny, using the white shield piece from Ninjago. You can get a whole range of movement out of this. Oh, there goes my light. And, yeah, recentering this thing and getting his legs back together so it doesn't fall over. Other arm, same logic, just no buzzsaw. And a pretty nice sword build. Again, Gundam vibes. Now, this sword can be taken out of his hand. And you can see it's not actually held in with a stud. It simply slid on to that Technic piece. And the fingers do a good job holding it in itself. I think that's pretty impressive. If the figure itself can hold the sword without any studs, I think that just shows it's got very good grip. Bringing this down, you can see how that torso is put together using a lot more Technic pieces. These shoulder pieces, these two are stickers, but these ones are print. And again, you can see how these move, and I just think there's actually quite a lot of movement here. So, main problem with this set is the legs. I should get out of the way now. The legs are a pain in the ass. They do not want to stand still. But like I said, you don't, if you're worried about getting a range of movement, you can get quite a lot of movement just by moving the shoulders out of the way. Like that. And then you can bring them back round and down. And you can actually bring them both up if you want. So he can kind of... I don't know, does this look more Gundam-esque? I guess so. But I guess I can keep him down. Gives us some really good samurai vibes. Again, this head, though. This is the main part that I want to focus in on. Is the head. See, fuck, these legs are annoying. Now, the head doesn't cover the entire torso, which is a shame. I wish it could come down. But it does come up. You can see it's got some eyes on the side. I do not like the fact that they're there in lime green, but that's fine. The dragon piece is used to give the sort of head, headdress sort of vibe. The sides are fine. It's just all round impressive to look at. Now the actual cockpit, it's not that deep. That came off. Lifting up the head, which can come all the way up, like so, and bringing your camera in. You can see there's just two little pieces there. Some golden studs at the front, and yeah, pretty hollow. We're going to take Lloyd here. Just slip him on in. So, chance to go in there. They touch the controls. It's pretty shallow, actually. He sticks out quite a bit. And then this comes down. It is a pity it doesn't cover Lloyd's head completely. It kind of ruins the Gundam vibe for me. But honestly, it still looks pretty impressive like this. There we go. Now, on the back there are these wings, so you can kind of pretend that he's flying. These ball joints, so 360 degrees. And as you see there, it can be taken off. And then what you do, you bring the wings around like this. And you get yourself some kind of jet flyer type thing. Then we got to take Lloyd. I believe he goes in this way, if I remember correctly. And then the wings come out like that. Yeah. I believe it's this way. And then you get Lloyd just flying around in this. Best place to check, same place to get most of my information, by trolling through other people's content. I should probably tag JSbricks into all my videos, since he is literally what I use for all my videos. Yep, there we go. And then this comes up here, like so. You get sort of like a dragonfly looking thing. Now, it does come with two green studs. Not studs, spring-loaded missiles, which you can load into the missiles pods things on the side. Spring-loaded missiles pods. There. And there. Which, that looks fine. And then you can have, like, Lloyd fly around and then die, infidels. Pretty impressive. Can actually stand up better than the mech to some degree. That's actually kind of sad that it can stand up better than the mech. But overall, yeah, pretty interesting idea for like some separable part. Nothing new, mind you. I think Chamber might have done it first. And then you just bring the rings back around. Forgot to mention there's these Technic pieces here, kind of used for engines, which I think is nice, mirroring off that piece there. And you bring around like that, take the Lloyd off, bring that back down, stud and all, and then it just slides into the back here. Again, this back is pretty impressive, even without that there, with these sand green type, shield pieces there. And then plopping it back on, you got yourself a Gundam again. Very best just to keep its poses simple, if I'm being honest. Like, you don't get much movement out of it. But, a great example of a pose you can get is something like this. So kind of like anime Gundam sort of pose like that. There's not much posability actually, the legs are kind of let it down. But now I think it's time to move on to the minifigures. Beginning with the man of the hour himself, Lloyd. I don't actually know what series this was again. For some reason my light's not playing up. It's because I'm not in the appropriate positioning. There we go, that's all lined up. And closer, there we go. Lloyd here. Again, he has this classic sort of like Dragon Blade. Where's my pointy? Nobody comes here for quality videos. You did this to yourself. Now, where's my pointer? Here it is. The Lloyd's lovely sword there. Uses dragon piece, same one used on the helmet back there. Did not know that would work. And yeah. There we go. Nothing special about it, just a gold katana piece in there. You can actually slide it onto the back of his scarab. Like that. It just looks a bit stupid if you ask me. But he has got some pretty nice knee. God, what is this in? Flipping portrait mode? Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. You have some nice brown knee patches, knee pads with some scruffling on. Green for like the way his wrapped his cloth comes around alongside the belt. A little yellow hook there. No side or back leg printing. Torso is a bit open chested. However, he does have a symbol there on the shoulder pad. Nice that they kept the brown arm to keep it consistent. And of course, the Lloyd helmet. Taking his head and torso off. Well, scarf thing off, you can find. Nothing too special about the back printing, except he does have a belt. And bringing it back around, this is of course the same Lloyd face we've been getting for since the Ninjago movie. I never actually liked this face. I know that's not an opinion many people have. I just can't get behind it. Happy, there he is angry. I remember when Ninjago was a lot more simpler. So yeah, that's Lloyd. Let's move on to the next figure. This next guy is of course fucking with my lighting because I don't know what's going on here. Boom! Problem solved. Oh, my phone's only on like 14%. Jesus Christ, I've killed it. That explains the bad lighting. Anyway, blue for the robes, scruffy knees. As his torso, no back scarab. As his back printing. He's using Ninjago Zane head, which is the only one I think is appropriate. And yeah, it looks pretty cool with the fire on top. I'm only rushing this figure because I have got his helicopter, which we were going to take a closer look at some point. And just quickly taking him off the stand now. He does come with this. These pieces look awesome. I absolutely love them, especially this blue one. And bringing it down to the floor, you can just, you know, ninja go and knock out some enemies. Pretty fun play feature. I really like it. Let's return to the rest of the figures. First up on the back, guys, is the Blizzard Warrior. His torso is on backwards. It should be the other way around, but it is interchangeable, as you'll see with his head in a minute. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting figure, actually. They remind me a lot of the whites from Game of Thrones. So if you ever wanted to make like Game of Thrones customs, you get plenty of, you know, chances here. I like the samurai helmet with the ice sort of thing going on top. Love these blue swords. Though would have preferred if we could get them in trans. Absolutely love this torso piece as well, which you can actually, there we go. You can actually take a light and shine it through, which is what I'm going to do with this. See the light go straight through it? It looks lovely. Absolutely astounding. And, come on, there, that's too bright. There we go. Just generally interesting. It can go on that way, which is the way it should go, but you know what? It's been swapped around for a reason, which I think is good enough. The leg printing is nothing special. It's actually pretty common. It's on like all the figures here. But it is nice to see some samurai printing with some ice. Torso is pretty nice as well. You can see how the ice like just enmeshes his skin. And here's a bit more shattered inwards. It just looks really nice. Like, you know, again, these are the Asian Game of Thrones characters. The Asian rejects of Game of Thrones. And putting that back on, you can see that this is his head. Again, oh, bugger me. His head is absolutely perfect for a Game of Thrones custom. What with the ice just coming out of his eye, and it just looks nasty, but in a good way. It's not glowing in the dark, but it is an interesting colour for a figurehead. And yeah. Oh, I might have to cut this video a bit quicker now. Next head. Pretty basic. Still see the White Walker with all the scars and the cuts around its head. So yeah, 10 out of 10 figure, honestly. Again, the detail on this head though is just fantastic. All the grey on the cheeks and around the eyes just hollowing out, the wrinkles, the light blue scarring, it just works. And the way it just carries over like that, it's actually a really good figure. Next up, however, I'm not going to cut the camera because I might as well not, is a Blizzard Archer. Now, taking away his crossbow, which is just the classic crossbow piece, you can actually see what I mentioned about how that figure was pretty much, not unique. Same head, same torso, same legs. So, don't need to go much detail of that. But again, just in awe about this. You can actually see the wrinkles of the flesh there, which I think was a little violent for Lego, but that's fine. And the blue arm. I do like this collar piece in the light blue. I think it works really well. And if you wonder what it looks like with the other head on, it looks like that. Yeah, pretty interesting figure all around. Let's move on to the next guy. Next up here is the Blizzard Sawmaster, who comes once again with these lovely blue swords we're going to take away from you. Has an actually interesting torso. It's different. It has the ice coming down here. You can see some of the silver plating under there. And he has a blue arm, which is nice. It's back printing, just so you can see. Again, similar sort of design. So you see more of the blue. We have this black tattered cape, which is great for Batman customs. And his head, on this side, you can see a part of his skin, which is white, which is flaking away. There's a lovely ponytail. And around this side, pretty similar face to the last two guys. Except, it's on a see-through head. And the printing is actually kind of different. The mouth is slightly longer. There's more wrinkles, less scars. And I actually really like this figure. It, of course, comes with a new Master Wu hat, but in black. And yeah, it's a pretty nice figure. I think my favourite thing about this figure, once again, this torso, the contrast between the red and the blue is just really nice. And it's kind of like a bit of a blackish gunmetal on there. Gives an extra nice contrast. And I just think it's a great figure, honestly. Pity the printing doesn't go around to the side, however. Time for our final figure. Lastly is General Vex, the main bad guy of the set. Now, since my phone is on 9%, just want to say he has the same torso, arm, and legs as this guy. He comes with this nice weapon, which is the same we saw in the Ninjago Snake set. It's the nice scroll with the writing like it never translate. Please let me know what it says down below. This one also glows up when given some lighting, except it's more of a greyish colour, which I really like, actually. Now, his armour is gunmetal grey, which I think works really well to contrast the red, especially with the blue in there, and it's all dusty because I haven't touched most of my stuff in ages. Take his helmet off. He doesn't have two heads. However, this first head is just, again, so unique and different. With the bloody, where the bloody hell's the pointy blue sort of gills coming in on the side. The moustache, which is thrusted over, is thick eyebrows, and just all the rest of the grey lines to represent wrinkles. It's just a great figure, honestly. When helming on, you can see what that looks like. And again, this is a fantastic figure. Amazing printing, and it's one of the reasons why I still tolerate Ninjago going on longer than Lego Chima. Because it deserves to. It just does. So let's get to the end of the video. So, is Lloyd's Titan mech worth a week of my wages? Yes, I think it is. Going into our normal statistics, playability, it's a 3 out of 10. There's actually not much playability you can do. The legs don't move. The arms are bloody... The arms are good. You can get a lot of movement out of the arms. Where's my pointing? The arms and the joints relating. Head stiff, but these legs, they don't move them. It's a limited playability. I think it's more of a model than anything else. Figures, Ninjago never fails with its figures. 10 out of 10 right there. And I'd say for design, 7 out of 10. I think it has some flaws, would like some knee movement. but it has some wonderful colouring, nice prints, and like I said, just all the movement you can get out of the top. Like, there's a lot of movement up top. Like, I just think the design gets a 7 out of 10. In total, I give it 20 out of 30. It's not bad. Would I recommend this for a younger child? No, it's not a kid's toy, I don't think. I think it's more of a model, so 14 and up sounds about right for me. That's where I place it. I think that's where it's placed. I don't actually remember because I ate the box. But yeah, I'd say it's definitely more of a teen set. Would I get it for an older teen? Definitely. Would I get it for a younger child? Probably not. If you're a Ninjago fan, I'd say it's a must get. You get Lloyd, you get Zane. Is that Zane? Yeah, Zane with his whole fire stuff. Not fire, ice spinjitzu. You get some good figures. It's just a good set. And for 50 quid, I think it's worth it. The size is there. It's great. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I would honestly recommend this set to anyone. Just get this set whilst you can. It's worth it. But with that said and done, I've been JS or JSbricks, I still can't remember. Next we have the Ghost Rider car, the Avengers Tower, and then a custom Batcave to look at. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Ciao. Oh, there's also a Zane helicopter, and if I can find Neo, I might be able to do Kai's car. But there we go. That's the video. Okay, bye.